Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Morning viewers. In this video, we are going to see about the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, which is going to take place on October 30th around 4:45 p.m. where Rahu moves from Aries to Pisces and Ketu moves from Libra to Virgo. We'll be seeing the effect of Rahu Ketu transit on each zodiac in a separate video. If you are new to my channel, keep this channel subscribed so that you will get my updates instantly. It may be an easy task for you. It can give a lot of motivation and enthusiasm in us to release such videos. Rahu so far placed in the house of Aries is going to move to the house of Jupiter, which is Pisces. Same way, Ketu from Libra is going to move to the house of Mercury, which is Virgo. So the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, mainly the transit of Rahu seems to be highly positive because it moves to the house of Jupiter, and Jupiter is a very positive planet, and we can expect positive predictions to almost all the zodiac. At the same time, Ketu represents the knowledge. Same way, Mercury also represents the practical knowledge, as Jupiter on a contrary is a traditional knowledge where we learn through a school teacher right from beginning to elementary school to the postgraduate level. It is a unique type of learning Jupiter will impact upon, but Mercury is a planet which imparts knowledge out of our experience. It depends upon person to person, the situation the person takes, so he learns lot of things out of his own. This is what Mercury will do. If Ketu is associated with the house of Mercury and Ketu symbolizes the knowledge, so we can say there will be abundance knowledge in the upcoming 1.5 years for those who are studying in schools and colleges and those who are working in different sectors. They can earn lot of knowledge. There will be a good shift in their lives. Generally for Rahu and Ketu, they don't have any own houses like other planets. So wherever they get associated, they behave like that house owner. For instance, if Rahu moves to Pisces, it will behave like Jupiter, and Ketu, when it get associated with the house of Mercury, it behaves like Mercury. So it is as equal as saying Jupiter is a ruler at his own house and Mercury is a ruler at his own house. This is way we need to see at this Rahu Ketu transit. In the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, when we see the planetary positions, on October 30, 2023 around 4:45 p.m, you have Rahu placed at Pisces, and fortunately the ascendant is also Pisces, and the second house Aries, Jupiter is alone now. So far Jupiter getting conjuncted with Rahu had lost its individuality, but now Jupiter will exhibit its own power. And if you have the moon at the Taurus, the Kritika star, and Venus is placed at the Leo, and Ketu is at Virgo, and you have a conjunction of planets Sun, Mercury and Mars at Libra. Saturn as usual is a ruler at his own house, Aquarius, and you have the star Kritika on that day. So now, based on the planetary positions and based on the present position of Saturn and Jupiter and the upcoming Jupiter transit, we will see for the next 1.5 years the impact of Rahu Ketu on different zodiac. Generally for Rahu and Ketu, it moves in the anti-clockwise direction and it stays in a particular house for almost 1.5 years. So next to Saturn, Rahu Ketu takes the maximum time period of staying in a particular zodiac for almost 1.5 years. So it's going to be a great impact upon each and every individual. But at the same time, one has to note that the personal horoscope will take its higher priority. It gives up to 80% results from the personal horoscope. The present position of planets, the impact of the Rahu Ketu transit, it will have only an impact up to 20 to 25% on an individual. So one need not have to worry about positive or the negative results of the impact. Majority comes from the personal horoscope only. Gemini, the third zodiac sign. For Gemini, Rahu from 11th house going to move to the 10th house, and Ketu from 5th house going to move to the 4th house. As per the Vedic astrology, planets like Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, when they are getting placed at the Kendra houses, it will do good. If evil planets like Rahu, Ketu is getting placed at 1, 4, 7 and 10, then they can produce positive results. In that aspect, the Rahu moving to the 10th house and the house of Jupiter seems to be favorable for them. Also, one interesting thing is, so far 11th house, Rahu getting conjuncted with Jupiter, and Jupiter, by losing its power, controlled Rahu, not doing any bad things. In that way, the 11th house for Gemini was not so favorable till the time the Rahu Ketu transit. Moment Rahu Ketu transit takes place, 11th house Jupiter will be highly positive. So the 7th and 10th house Lord at the 11th house seems to be working fine for Gemini. From that time onward, they can expect lot of positive results. The business they do, the job they do, it all turns out to be positive for them. So those who are looking for job opportunities, they can find a suitable job placements during that time. Even those who are working in a company for long, they will get promotions, increment, and the salary level will also increase. Some may get foreign opportunities as Rahu is associated with the 10th house and that too as Pisces. The assignment could be for long term also. Some may go to a foreign country and stay for more than 3-4 years. So the relocation of one place to another place could be there for Gemini. Interestingly, for Rahu, when it starts behaving like Jupiter, and Jupiter is at the 11th house, so Rahu also produces a lot of positivity. Those who are unmarried, there are chances of getting good married alliances during this time. Those who are looking for second marriage, they can also find a suitable alliances. Some of the love proposals can also turn out to be success during this time. 10th house also indicate workplace. A person who is working in a company, they will get good opportunities during that time. Female candidates in this zodiac will also get more opportunities during this time. Some of them can get good credits out of investing in gold. There are chances of getting gold and other ornaments as gift from the family members and friends. So women in this zodiac may find this Rahu Ketu more suitable and more profitable. As a 10th house is the house of Jupiter, those who are pandits in temple, those who are doing puja work in other places, they will find good business rise in this particular time. They will be happy. They get some incentives and some may get good money during this time. So it looks positive for them. Rahu is also indicating of the technology support. So those who are doing business, they depend upon the online support covering many people. So they use technology like Skype, Zoom and other media to interact with other people rather than the old traditional way of teaching. So these are some of the benefits which Rahu will impact upon the individual. In 10th house, Rahu will first move through the Nakshatra or the star of Mercury. When it moves on the Nakshatra of Mercury, and Mercury happens to be the Lord of Gemini, they will get more confidence, they will get more job opportunities. Whatever the work they do, they will get good credits, there will be name and fame during that time. Some of them in the film industry can also get good opportunities in acting or in playing music and all. Those who are jobless for very long, they will get good job opportunities during that period also. When Rahu moves on the Nakshatra or star of Saturn, Saturn happens to be the 8th and 9th house lord for Gemini. That time they will have some tension, they have some stress during that time. The work they do, they will not be more comfortable. They face certain challenges, there will be some troubles in the family life, there will be problems with the family members and friends. The decisions they take, they will find certain problems in that. There may be some losses also. But those who are working in social media, who are in active workers in YouTube and Facebook and all, they may find some good volume of business and they find some revenue. Those investing in share market, doing gambling, they will find some good profits during that time. So unexpected luck and money out of the unknown person could be possible during that time. As Saturn is also responsible for the 9th house, there may be troubles with the father and father side family. There may be some conflicts with them. Some may face certain challenges while inheriting the ancestors' property. They need to take the support of the court to get justice. So these are some of the issues when Rahu travels on the Nakshatra of Saturn. Then finally Rahu will move and travel towards the Nakshatra of Jupiter. That time is so favorable for them. Even that period, those who are jobless, they will get good job. They will get more opportunities to travel in different places. Some may even go to foreign countries and settle down there. Those who are unmarried for long, there are chances of getting a married alliance during that time. Some of them will enter into love marriage and the marriage will be successful. Some may even join business with their elder brothers and father and make it success. But during the year 2024, there may be some positive expenses also. So that period, some may spend a lot for construction of house, be more positive expenses for marriages, children education and all. So the fag end of the Rahu transit, the next year during 2024-25, there will be some expenses for Gemini as Jupiter is associated in the 12th house. For Gemini, so far, Ketu getting associated with the 5th house, going to move to the 4th house, seems to be positive for them. When it comes to Virgo, 4th house, Ketu turns out to be like a Mercury itself. As Mercury is responsible for the 1st house and the 4th house, they will be brave and strong during this time. They can face any type of challenges more bravely and courageously. Any health related issues, slowly it will get reduced during that time. As 4th house indicates assets purchases, there are chances to acquire some fixed assets during the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit period. 4th house also indicate mothers and mother side family. There will be good support from the mother side family. They see some good improvements in the health of the mother if they are already old and they are seeking some medicine support. So this period they will get good support from the doctors and they can see the diseases getting reduced. 4th house also indicate children education. So during that period, the children in this zodiac studying up to 10th and 12th standard, they can progress well. They'll study well. Some may even score top marks in examination. Initially, when Ketu at the 4th house, it moves in the Nakshatra, a star of Mars. When it travels in this Nakshatra of Mars, Mars is a negative planet for Mercury, the house of Gemini. It comes for the 11th house and 6th house. During that time, they face certain challenges. They have some competitions in the business. They face some enmities in workplace as well as in the residence they live. Find certain problems with the neighbors too. It will be challenging for them to get loans and other money when they are lended out to someone. But at the same time, there is a good profit because Mars happens to be the 11th house lord. Those who are having positive chart with positive Mahadasa and Antardasa running with Mars placed in a positive way, they can get good increase of salary or good raise in the business during that time. Some may get support from the elders, especially elder brothers, sisters and all, so looks favorable. But at the same time, if the personal chart is weak, they may not be in a position to appreciate this impact. 6th house also indicate diseases. So if the personal chart is not favorable, some may face certain challenges during that time when Ketu travels on the nakshatra of Mars. So it will be challenging for them. When Ketu travels on the nakshatra of Moon, as Moon happens to be the 2nd house lord for Gemini, their communication strength will improve. Those who are working with communication as a base, they find the time where more suitable for them. Those who are jobless can find suitable jobs like teacher job or professors in colleges. Some may join like IT trainers. Some may even do freelancing job in training others. So anything that communication as a base be more favorable. During that period, those who are working in Ayurvedic medicine, Siddha medicine and homeo medicines, the doctors and the consultants will all find the time more suitable for them. More customers will prefer these traditional medicines during that period and there will be a good inflow of money for them. Some of them show interest in studying all the traditional medicines. Some may also show interest in learning Vedas, learning astrology, learning numerology and all. Even in this zodiac, female participants will be more when compared to male participants in Vedic astrology and other traditional subjects. As Ketu is away from the 5th house, those who are looking for childbirth, the time is suitable for them to get a good child. Some may get good support from the children. Children may join in sport and other extracurricular activities and exhibit their talents and get good rewards. Some may get opportunities to work in film industry and they show some success. Some of the Upanyasakas and spiritual preachers will also find this the period more suitable for them. When finally Ketu moves on the nakshatra of Sun, the time seems to be really good for them. The hard work will yield lot of positive results. As 3rd house indicate hard work. Their efforts and the hard work turn out to be positive for them. Some may get good support from the younger brothers and sisters. Some may do travel to different places. Some may do travel to holy places. Some may get blessings from the gurus during that period. So that period seems to be positive for Gemini during the Ketu transit. For Gemini, the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit, the position of Rahu and Ketu seems to be good for them. Comparing to Rahu, the movement of Ketu seems to be even more favorable because in the upcoming Jupiter transit, Jupiter will move to the 12th house and 12th house indicate expenses and Rahu behaves like Jupiter. So in the next 1.5 years, majority of the time there will be more expenses. So Rahu can give more expenses. At the same time, the 12th house also indicate the foreign travel. Some may need to change the location. Some may face certain challenges in terms of job and other businesses. Some may even travel different countries. So these are some of the effects of Rahu at 10th house. Also, when Rahu travels in the nakshatra, a star of Saturn, time is not so suitable. It will be challenging for them. At the same time, when Ketu is associated with the 4th house, the house of Mercury, the time seems to be favorable for them. Even the nakshatras or the stars, Ketu travels like Mars, Moon and Sun. To an extent, they are all favorable except the star Mars, which is partially good and partially bad. Comparing with all the planetary positions, for Gemini, the upcoming Rahu Ketu transit can yield them up to 80% positivity.